Queen. A lot of the Queen is being synthesized, maybe it's a word, who knows? But that's the one. But what they're doing, they're rocking the orchestra. But with this German group, it's a sort of 60-piece orchestra. And so they are classicizing Queen. I mean, there's still a group playing with them, but it sounds amazing. And I'm going to see a couple more shows of that in September. But it's beautiful.
What's the name?
Mercury. Mercury. You can find classic Queen, don't you? You can find it. Like everything else on YouTube. And when is this going to be on Facebook?
Tomorrow.
No, about an hour or two. Stream video. So it's Breakthru in Atlanta as opposed to Queen in Kiev. Live streaming.
Freddie ever regret either a song or do you ever say, I don't like that song that we want to do?
Not really, but the thing is, and I don't know if it's with all of the band, I know it was with Freddie and some of the band sometimes, they were never 100% happy with what was released. But as they always said, the minute you are just incredibly happy with it, then it's not worth anything anymore. If you still, because they still felt that they could be a little bit more. But there comes a cut-off point in everything. And so then it just had to be released. And everything, in the end, it would be more the other way around, where they would not be happy with it and then think, oh, actually, it's really good. It's a twist on it.
No dislikes.
Albums, really, in that half the band really did not like Hot Space, that sort of thing. But not, I don't think anyone, they wouldn't single out any one particular song.
I know Brian actually hated Don't Stop Me Now.
Yeah, but that was then, but not now. It's...
Did they think there was a song that was played to death in concert that they was wanting to...
No, because it was for the bands. They played the songs for the bands.
What's your favorite movie?
My favourite movie? Oh, that changes every time I wake up. How can anybody have a favourite anything? Because you wake up and you feel in a different mood, and that's my favourite. I really don't know.
Can you give us the top 5?
I can know what his favorite TV show is. It's called Bronzilla.
I know, because I get to see it all the time in your house. I did see that the morning we arrived here. It was Thursday, wasn't it? I watched 4 hours of Swamp People. How many dead alligators can you be seen pulled into a boat? That's all that happens in this program. And people going,
Breaking into the South, Peter.
Besides spiders, did Freddie have any other phobias or fears?
Phobias. I don't think that nothing that expressed itself. No, I can't really think of any. No. Okay, yes, there you go. I've been prompted. That's good. Thank you for sitting there. We travelled as you know, a lot. And this was back in the very early 80s. There was a series of accidents with planes, DC-10s. There were 3 in a row. And I mean, this happened over maybe 6 weeks or something, but 3 DC-10s went down. We were getting on a plane from Tokyo to go Tokyo to New York, New York to Buenos Aires. We got onto the plane. There was Freddie, Paul Prenter and me. We got on, went and sat in our seats, and he looked around. What sort of a plane is this? I don't recognize it. And so I looked, and DC-10. He said, DC death, more likely. We're leaving. We had, the 3 of us got off the plane. They had to delay it while they found our luggage. And we went and we sat in Tokyo Airport for about 12 hours to wait for the next plane to leave, which was a Pan Am 747. But there was no seats in first class or business, and Freddie, Paul and I sat in a row in economy. So he was prepared to do that rather than go on the DC-10. Yeah, like we all do.
Other than work, did Queen or any of the members listen to their own music on a regular basis?
Freddie didn't. Once it was, like I said on there, once it was done, it was finished. He would bring home cassettes that they'd worked on during the day, but that was it. It was finished. It was always for the next one, the next one, the next one. At home, we listened to various things. He loved watching a specific Prince video. There was a Prince concert that he had before it was available. He had it on video. And I'm sure there are other people in this room exactly the same who can make a 1-hour concert, or actually 5 minutes of it, last 3 hours, where you watch it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Or he could make this 1.5-hour concert last about 10 minutes as he fast forward. Listen to this note. Look what he does here. But no, he did not listen to his own music.
Did you listen to Elton John?
Not particularly. What he did like, I don't know if you have the series here. Now that's what I call music 1, and now that's what I call music 2. Yeah, and that's what we would buy, so he would have what was around at the time.
Now, I saw one of the videos, Freddie and Roger would kind of work off of each other in silly ways. Did they always do that?
Basically, yeah, because they had sort of the same sense of humour. Yeah. They were the ones, remember, at the beginning who were running the market, in Kingston Market. They had a market store there. So they did a lot of things together. They were the more upfront, outrageous of the group. As I say, you know, they had a similar sense of humour, that sort of thing. So, yes, those they sort of, yes, like you said, they bounce off each other quite well.
Peter, after Under Pressure and when Bowie pulled out his vocals from Call Count, Freddie was quite upset. Did he actually hang out with Bowie then?
No, not really. I mean, they'd already outgrown that stage anyway at that point. They did the work on that. I mean, Under Pressure is the shortest gestation period of any Queen track that I've ever known. In that basically it took 48 hours. Any other Queen track would take weeks and weeks and weeks. But they did 24 hours in Switzerland, 24 hours in New York. It was
until it's tribute.
mostly when they were bigger and bigger. Did they visit each other often, or just was a relationship?
They were there when they were working in the studio. They used to have the most expensive band meetings in the world, because the only time they would be together would be in the studio. And there was no even a guarantee of that all of them would be in the studio at any one time. But no, you have to think of it like a marriage with 4 people in it. They are together, but they need a little bit of time apart once in a while. You know, their arguments, and they're good friends. You know, that's how it was.
Being such a good friend to Freddie, whatever happened to Mary?
Okay, Mary. I think she's had a little bit of a hard time from people. She was given Garden Lodge, its contents, and 50% of everything he had. If she did, I mean, I know for a fact that it now has been renovated and redecorated, but if you think that was the first time in 30 years that the house has been done, if she did something to it, everybody hates her because she's not respecting Freddie's memory and Freddie's plan and things. If she doesn't do anything, then she's living in a museum to Freddie, you know, that sort of thing. So she cannot win. I know many people believe that we were just unceremoniously thrown out of the house and all that sort of thing. Like I said earlier on, Freddie had paid off my mortgage, he had bought Joe a house, he'd given Jim the money to build his house that he wanted. So it wasn't as though we were thrown out onto the street. Freddie's will stated that Mary receives Garden Lodge, its contents, To process a will in Britain, it's got to go through probate court. And once it has been signed off, then what is there, as it is, happens. There were 3 men living in that house, rent-free, electricity-free, everything free. That could not be signed up on probate, because if it was, we could then have squatters' rights for the rest of our lives. So we were given 3 months to leave. Which, in the end, 3 months is not bad time. You know, in that he'd already prepared us by providing us with somewhere to go. But because of the way Jim's book is phrased, it is like we were all just thrown out, and it wasn't really like that.
But how is she now? That's what I mean.
Well, what happened? I mean, obviously she's tried to get on with her life. She found a husband who did not like competing with Freddy Mercury. And so he was making her withdraw from all the Queen things. And while she hasn't got the husband anymore, she has sort of stayed away from the Queen. Because she loved him. She lost him. But you cannot just live in that past. She has to get on with her life. It's like, people ask about me. I live with the past, I do not live in it. I live now. I live for today, I live for tomorrow. I don't plan for 10 years' time, 15 years' time. That's maybe just a little bit too much in my future. And while bringing the past with me to you is fine, but I don't live in it. I live in the Czech Republic, I don't live in England. I live for now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is now 3 o'clock. It's time for the trivia contest upstairs. Peter, thank you very much.